All right, this is Tom Brown, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Huddle. Today we got Coach Killer Miller of the Rolla Bulldogs. What's going on, Coach?
You know, we're just out here playing some basketball, having some fun, running up and down the floor a little bit, kind of rolling around, trying to figure out how to do better.
That's awesome. So, man, big camp, big week of camp this week. You had 3 different groups. And the youngest group is it 4th through 6th?
So we had 3rd through 5th grade was our youngest group, and we had a solid turnout there. We had almost 40 kids. We had a second group that is 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and we had almost 50 in that group. And then we've had mid-30s in our final session, which is our 9th through 12th guys, and it's been really good. Josh and I were talking, Coach Vineyard, my assistant, we were talking about that first group. You know, a few years back we started doing the elementary camps, and you can sure tell that they kind of understand what's expected, and they've been working on things. This is one of the better groups we've ever had, just because man, they're so attentive. They're very respectful, and they're ready to have fun. So
that's great. Got to start them early, get them in the program, get them familiar with those kids all coming up wanting to be those future dogs.
I asked E-Train when we were talking to the little kids. I said, "So how many days a week you usually work on your game?" And you know, it's not just in camp, but it's you're coming out and working on your game all the time. He told them usually 6 days a week, and so I said, may not have to spend 6 days a week, but you definitely want to be in there. You might want to be working out on your carport or your driveway, or even in the grass. I told them, ball bounces differently. Work on your handles out there. Maybe go to a park, go to the center. Find a way to work on your game in the off season and make yourself better. So we've got a lot of kids that are going to be solid players coming up through there. Our second group has a mass of guys. Of course, we have several of them that are going to be playing school basketball this year in 7th and 8th grade, and got a solid 6th grade bunch too. So there's a lot of fun right there, man.
I love it. That's what it is. You don't rebuild programs, you reload programs, right?
That's right.
So coming up, you got you've already had one shootout, and then starting tomorrow.
We went to Branson for 3 days. Yeah. We always like Branson to get started with. It's the first shootout, so not everybody plays that early, and you don't always find the greatest competition there. But we had a couple of teams that we got to play, probably 3 games that we got to play that were, pretty good competition. Our guys looked really good. We've got a lot of young experience back, and mix it with a little bit of older experience. And we were pretty tough to handle down there in Branson. We're going to be going to KMO in Kansas City, shootout for 3 days. We're leaving tomorrow. We start playing tomorrow night. We've got 2 teams going to that as well. When we get finished up with that, we'll have some open gyms, get in the weight room, work a little bit, and then we go to St. Charles for a shootout for 2 days. We also will then follow that up with another trip to Kansas City, where Missouri Basketball Coaches Association has a D1 prospect shootout that we'll see teams from. I think we play teams from Arkansas, Oklahoma, but you don't play anybody in your home state. So it's going to be a good experience. KMO's the same way, high quality. And truthfully, you get into St. Charles, and we'll have, not every game will be unbelievable, but there'll be a lot of good competition there. And then we'll finish it up. We go to the field house in Springfield for our final shootout. It's a 1-day deal, the latter part of June. And by then we'll be, it'll be time to go find the golf course. They'll be ready to go talk to their girlfriends.
Going to say that's a lot of basketball, and you point out that you've added in expanded some of the shootouts too to get a little higher level of competition.
It is high. The competition level is, well, we need it to be high. It needs to be fierce, because we've amped up our schedule, our regular season schedule. it's a good one. It's a tough one, and it's what we need with the kind of team that we've got. We may not beat everybody, and we're probably not going to, because I mean it's that kind of competition level. We've got one little hitch in the schedule where we've got the defending Class 5 champ on our home floor on a Tuesday night, and then we go to the number 2 Class 5 to Jeff City on their home floor, and then we follow that up with going to Battle on a Friday night after that. So if you want to call it the Gauntlet, it can be known as the Gauntlet. That's just part of it. We've got a lot of quality teams this year that it's going to be fun to watch, and I think our schedule will have us prepared for postseason.
That's great. Yeah, good summer program, getting ready for the high school season. That's what it is. Put the kids out there, let them get tested, and then let them roll.
Yeah, looks like we've got quite a deep. I won't say bench, because it's hard to figure out where that bench starts and where the starters stop and the bench starts. There's a lot of guys that really could play a big role, and I think from 1 to 18, or we plan to keep 18. Sometimes that turns into 20. However many guys we've got, they're all going to play a nice role on our team, because it's not just about the games. It's about preparing in practice, and everybody we've got is going to be they're just very coachable, and it's going to be fun to have them in practice.
That's great. Well, Coach, good luck to you this weekend at KMO for the rest of the summer. We'll follow up in the fall before the season gets here.
Sounds good, Tommy Gunn, and you ought to come and attend some games yourself if you have time.
I think I may be there. I may even do a couple little live
shows
out there.
That'll be good.
All right, for Coach Killer Miller, I'm Tom Brown. We'll see you on the next episode of Inside the Huddle.
Thanks, buddy.